thank you to Fane for their support on Patreon.
Day 8 Monday. Yay! Ugh. Man, I guess it's time to get up and start my day. I was lazy after getting home from Chester's yesterday. Practice isn't still for another until around 3 today, so I wonder if Chester's busy right now. He lives near the court, so maybe we can hang out before practice. I think I'll send him a text. Yo, Chess, wanna hang out before practice today? Let me know when I'll head to your place. I'll go eat some breakfast while I wait for his reply. I'm still wearing his clothes he gave me. They still smell like him, and it's comforting. I'll change out before I leave. Maria's here as well. Good morning, Maria.
Oh, good morning, Link. When did you get home?
Oh, sometime yesterday evening. Nobody seemed to be around when I got back, so I was just in my room.
I might have missed you then. I was here all day by myself.
Or myself.
Did you have a good time with your friend?
It was a lot of fun. He cooked dinner for me and taught me how to play a card game he's really into. And we spent the next day just playing video games. We were just hanging out.
That's good. I suppose that's where the clothes you're wearing came from.
Yeah, how can you tell?
Oh, they're a little bit big on you, and I've never seen you wearing those before.
While he cooked breakfast, I needed a shower. He got me some extra clothes to wear. I ended up taking a bottle of wine to his house since he invited me over, and he drank a bit too much of it the night before. It resulted in me having to clean up a pretty big mess from him, and it got a bit on my clothes.
Oh, the poor thing. He's feeling better, though?
Yeah, he was fine yesterday. He went to work when I left his place. On top of that, he's gonna see what it'll take for me to get a job at his workplace.
Well, that's great news. I hope it all works out for you.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to get back on my feet.
Well, take all the time you need, dear. You're welcome here as long as you need a place to stay.
Thanks, Maria.
You have practice later today, don't you?
Yeah, I still have a little bit till then. I actually sent Chester a text to see if he wanted to hang out again before practice.
That sounds like fun. We'll have to invite him over one night for dinner too, since he cooked for you.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll have to do that sometime.
How about you find out a good time for him and we'll set up something?
Okay, I'll do that. I'll see when he's off and I'll let you know. He just doesn't know I live here yet. I'll have to tell him soon, I guess. Speaking of Chester, he just got an alert on my phone. I just got an alert on my phone. Who calls it an alert? Let's see. It's a message from him saying he's down to hang out. He said to bring the cards he gave me, too. Looks like I'm heading off as soon as I'm done here.
Well, you have a good time with him. Will you be returning home after practice?
Yeah, should be.
All right, then I'll see you when you get home tonight.
All right, I'll see you later, Maria. Time to get dressed, grab my things, and head out. He said just to meet him at the student lounge around noon, so that's where I'll go. I have a couple of hours, so I'll just get ready and mess around till it's time to head out. Oh, there's Chester. I guess I'd not be surprised if he wasn't here yet. Link! Oh, there he is. The bullet just walked into the room right after you. Perfect timing. I saw you walk in just before I did. Perfect timing indeed. So what's up? Why did you want to meet here? Well, we have a few hours before practice, so I thought why not introduce you to a couple of guys I play cards with. We can chat and show you more tips and tricks.
Cool, you friends here?
Yeah, just sitting right over there. Chester waved to a couple of guys sitting at a nearby table and motioned for you to follow him over. Meet patron name and patron name. Ha! Ha! Aww. Patron, could be you. Check out my Patreon over.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, I'll go down know what I'm doing. Hey guys, it's nice to meet you both as well. Chester just introduced me to the game a few days ago, so have patience with me. Yeah, go easy on him. He's still a noob to the game. We don't want to scare him away.
So they don't worry about anyone. It's you, right? You're the one who have to watch out for.
Come on, guys, cut me some slack. I showed him the basics. He moves to I heard of. Well, I'm not really surprised. Is it true? Oh, Hank. Fine. Yeah, he kept it cool with me. It really is a surprise, though, isn't it? You're supposed to be on my side. He joined the others at their table with Chester and carried on a light conversation while everyone prepared their cards. There was still a lot of things you didn't understand about the game, but the basics were still fresh in your mind. Looks like you have a deck already. That's a pretty good start. Did Chester make it? Yeah, he did. Mind if I look at it? Go for it. He built it around playing defensively, I think. He began flipping through your cards, nodding his head while he did. Yeah, it looks like it. Lots of high defense units to keep your offense safe. It's a pretty good deck for a beginner. No surprises, though. Chester might seem dense. Hey, well, he's pretty good at the game. Your deck was handed back to you, and patron name pulled out a large folder of cards. Let's see. Here, take a few of these and add them to your deck, too. It'll beef it up a bit. Cool, thanks. What are you giving him? Let me see. You pass the cards over to Chester or take a look at them before handing them back to you. Oh, some good choices. I didn't have any of those to spare, but he's right. Those will go great in your deck. You doubt my judgment? Well, I've seen some of your card choices before, and let's just say they aren't optimal for the decks you build all the time. Asshole inbound? What are you talking about? Yeah, I can't help it that you don't see the synergy in my decks. Well, that's about going to go on for a moment. In the meantime, how about we play a little round? I'm curious to see what he's shown you. Oh, sure. I don't fully understand everything about my deck yet, though. No worries, I won't be trying to beat you. I just want to see what you know. While Chester and patron name argued over their decks, you started playing a game with patron name. Several rounds in, the arguing stopped, and Chester moved over behind you to watch you play. Don't interfere, Chester. I'm seeing all he remembers from playing with you. As you can see, he's doing just... What? Well, I'm doing what? I'm doing fine? Yeah, you're doing fine, but look at the card you just played. The element on the card is weak against the one I've played, and you've got nothing to protect it with. Despite the amount of damage it does, it won't get to do any of that because I can crush it on my turn and not face any repercussions for it. Go ahead and take that one back. If you don't have anything to play, you can always just discard a card and fortify yourself for a turn to prevent me from damaging you. I could do that? Oh, did Chester not mention that? I might have missed a few things. Well, that's pretty basic play, Chester. How could you forget that? Oh, are you setting him up to fail? No, why would I do that? I want him to do good. Chester, how would you do this? Chester, how could you do this to me? But I just forgot. I'm sorry. The bull sat down beside you and planted his face against the table's surface. She patted him on the back as he groaned. It'll be okay. I'm sure these two can teach me whatever you forgot. You laughed and went back to the game you were playing. Chester watched your every move, interjecting from time to time to explain a mechanic in more detail than he had before. After your game ended, you watched Chester play a game against your opponent using your deck. Unfortunately, they didn't spend much time explaining what was going on while you tried to keep up. As they played, a couple more people walked up to the table. Oh, Jesus. So this is the new person? Well, look who's here. We have our old friend Chester. Why don't you introduce you to your friends here? How about I don't? What do you want? Taking a look at Chester, you could see he was biting his lip and clenching his fist on the table. Well, that's no way to talk to your friends, Chester. Be a good sport and introduce us. We're not friends, Vernon. It's Vernon. Just back off and leave us alone. Still mad, huh? Shut up and just leave already. The one doing all the talking shrugged and looked over at you with a grin. He was quick to change his attention from Chester to you. Ever been to a frat party? Having one this weekend, and you're free to join us. Chester snorted loudly and stood up, glaring at the guy. Leave him alone. He's not going anywhere with you. I think he can answer for himself. What do you say? Fuck no! I'm not going to some party with an asshole. Hell no. Decline, bitch. I'm gonna have to decline on that. I don't know you, and I get the feeling Chester doesn't like you. I can't see him feeling that way without a reason. Vernon chuckled and stood face to face with Chester, his arms crossed over his chest. I guess you're right. Chester doesn't seem to like me anymore. We used to be friends till I found out he was Ah! Chester puffed up his chest and you saw him raising his fist to swing it. You jumped up and grabbed his arm before he could throw a punch, putting yourself between him and Vernon. Chester, don't! Let go of me, Link. Get out of my way. I'll break that smug look off his face. You weren't able to do much with Chester other than keep yourself in front of him and block his way. Chill out, Chess. It's not worth the trouble. Vernon laughed and stepped back. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I anger the whittle mootuck? God damn. Did everyone here just not know about your little problem with the ladies? Fuck you, Vernon. Screw off somewhere and stay away from my friends. Vernon, stop running your mouth and just leave already. I'm not gonna hold him back much longer.
Not like you can do anything, but I guess I'll leave for now. See you later, Chester. You too, Link. I'm sure I'll run into you again.
Jeez, that was certainly a wreck. Chester? Chester was picking up his decks and tossing them into his box he had stored them in. I'll get back with you guys another day. I need to head out. Oh man, I'm gonna follow him to make sure he's alright. It was great meeting you both, and I hope we can actually hang out again to play more. Yeah, man, it was really nice meeting you. I'm sure things will be better next time. Chester, wait up! Oh, Link. Why'd you follow me? You should have stayed with the guys to play with them. I just had to leave. I'm so fucking mad right now. I can't see straight, my head hurts. I just want to scream or punch something. I've not been this mad in a long time. Bill was speaking through gritted teeth, and you could see his eyes glossed over. He sat down under a tree with his back against the trunk and looked up into his limbs. Guess you wonder what that was all about, huh? You sat beside him and looked up as well. I'm wondering, but you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. It's... Right now? Really? You're gonna do it right now? Probably. Best if I clear up any confusion, though, and I feel like you're someone that I'll tell eventually anyway. So, believe it or not, I played football my first year here. You played football? Yeah, I really liked this anime that revolved around football and the players. It was filled with guys my size and a lot of locker room antics. I decided I wanted to try it. Thanks to how big I was, getting on the team was easy. They threw me in as a linebacker, because I'd be a wall to get through. It suited me. Unfortunately, I found out really fast that a lot of players that they made on the show weren't legal plays. The locker room were pretty different too. Does he really think that some cartoony one? Never mind, not gonna think about that. My career playing football didn't last too long, though. Too many quarterback sacks, and I ended up being benched a lot of the time. Aren't sacks good? Yeah, they are, if you're not sacking your own quarterback. Oh. Anyway, I met Vernon while I was on the team, and we got along great. I'll tell you, my first year at college was a rough one. I was young and stupid. Did the whole jock thing. Partied a lot, skipped classes. I was doing pretty poorly. Andrew was always so mad with me. I don't blame him, though. I was acting like an idiot. So the guys found out I was a virgin, and they set out trying to fix that. Despite all the pretty girls they brought me, I declined them and told them I was waiting for the right one. I didn't want to sleep with some random chick I didn't know. That didn't stop them from trying over and over, though. Party after party, they tried hooking me up with another girl. The season was coming to an end, and the team was doing great. We were hosting a huge party to celebrate it, and for a change, I got drunk. Even when I'm drunk, I'm still pretty aware of everything, though. I'll be loopy and happy and such, but it only affects my judgment so much. Things went like normal, and they tried setting me up with some girl, and they failed again. As it got late, though, I ended up crashing before the party ended. That's when things went bad. He sighed and pulled up his knees to his chest, keeping his eyes up. I woke up to sounds of snickering around me, and when I opened my eyes, there was some cougar between my legs, tugging and pulling on my junk through my underwear. What the hell? Vernon and a couple other guys had strapped me to a bed and then hired this chick to blow me while I was asleep. I was dazed a bit at first and honestly enjoyed her hands on me, then my senses kicked in. The restraints kept me bound pretty good, and I wasn't able to free myself while she kept teasing me. Everyone was cheering her on too, despite me trying to get free. She eventually straddled my crotch and continued to rub over my chest and stomach, but nothing was happening. What do you mean? Even though I was drunk, I wasn't willing to just have sex with some stranger rubbing all over me. She realized this when she sat on my lap, and I still wasn't hard. She finally climbed off me and told the guys nothing was going to happen if I didn't stiffen up. She tried teasing me a bit more by pushing her hands up the legs of my shorts and pulling on me some more. Still, nothing happened. I wasn't willing to give in to her. She got tired of trying and ended up leaving with one of the other guys. They left me tied up on the bed for the rest of the night, and from that point on, they would give me hell about it. I heard the word too many times. I ended up quitting football to get away from them, and I was in a pretty bad funk after that. Nearly dropped out of college. It hurt so bad. Andrew helped me get through it, though, and I eventually joined the tennis team. It was a small team, and I watched an anime about that, too. Of course. And ever since then, Vernon and I stopped talking completely. I mean, the bastard betrayed me in the worst way possible to me. Now you can see why Andrew is protective of me when it comes to my friends. He has a hard time trusting any of them. So please, don't hold it against him if he's not always friendly with you. He's just looking out for me is all. You hadn't looked at Chester while he told you his story, but when you did look over at him, you could see his cheeks were wet with tears. He coughed and rubbed his hands over his eyes real quick. Only a couple of people have ever heard that. It's really hard to talk about it, but I feel like I needed to tell you. I'd imagine that it is really difficult to talk about. What they did to you was it's just terrible. I'm sorry you had to go through something like that, Chester. Though, I'm glad you trust me enough to tell me about that. It means a lot to me. Thanks for listening. You're a really good friend to me, you know that? He put an arm around your shoulder and pulled you against him. Well, we still have a couple hours before practice. Want to head back to my place for a bit. Andrew should be there right now, and I can make us a quick lunch before practice. Yeah, sounds like a great idea. I'd be crazy to pass up an offer of your food. Yep, let's go then. Hey Andy, we're home.
We?
Oh, Lake, how are you today?
Hey Andrew, I'm not too bad. What brings you guys back already, Chester? Weren't you guys meeting to play cards?
Oh, you guys had a jet, so we figured we'd come back here. Nothing else to do yet. You had lunch yet?
Oh, I was just getting ready to make something.
Don't worry about it. Let me make lunch for you guys. We have practice in a bit, and we should eat before we head off to that.
If you want, I won't stop you. Link, you mind waiting in here? I need to talk to Chester in private for a moment.
Oh, why?
Don't groan at me. You can start cooking when we talk.
Guess I'll watch something on TV until they're ready. Looks like Chester was the last one watching TV in here again. There's more anime playing. Sat on the couch to watch whatever it was Chester was watching. It wasn't bad, and you were starting to develop an interest in the show until Andrew joined you on the couch. I can see why Chester likes anime. Tons of action, and the animation style is really good.
Yeah, he loves watching these cartoons. Never call him that, by the way. He'll hold it against you if you do.
Thanks for the warning.
So, you had the misfortune of meeting Vernon, huh?
The question came out of nowhere and caught you by surprise. Yeah, I did. Not the most pleasant person I've ever been around. I guess he told you about today.
I kind of forced it out of him. I know my brother, and I could tell something was up. I've still not met this Vernon guy, but I'm glad I haven't. I'd end up in jail.
No doubt. Chester told me what he did to him.
He did? Interesting. That bastard really did a number on him. It took him a couple of years to really get through it. Hell, it's taken me time to get past it too. That's why I have such a hard time trusting any of his friends. You're the first one he's brought over in a while, so at least I know he trusts you. But I swear, if you do anything to hurt him...
The fucking anime trope of the shing glasses.
You'll be dealing with me.
He wasn't looking at you when he spoke, but the tone of his voice caused your skin to crawl. He wasn't one to be crossed. Don't worry about that. I don't plan on doing anything like that to him.
Good. We'll get along great then. Enough about that, though. Tell me, what are you in school for?
I'm currently undecided, and I'm just here with general studies for now. But I'm considering going with business management.
A good choice. You seem to have an idea of what you want to do then, so that's good. Chester's finally going to graduate this year with a degree in game design or something. He waited so long to take some of his more basic classes. That's about all he's doing this semester. I'm glad he's about done, but I'm a little concerned on his degree choice, since I'm not sure if the area we live in is good for it.
He's never told me what his degree he was after. It suits him, though, if that's the field he would choose to go into.
Yeah, it's something that makes him happy, so I've always supported him in it. He's got the knack for that, and for cooking. I've always thought he'd go in for culinary, but he's more set on making video games.
He'd make a great chef, I'm sure. Maybe he can do that on the side.
Maybe so. It's a good fallback for him at least.
Hey, you two, come to the dining room to eat!
And speaking of him cooking, I guess lunch is ready.
You followed Andrew to the dining room, and Chester had already laid out a few plates with food for everyone. Something simple today, just some turkey and cheese sliders topped with a buttery Dijon sauce and baked just a little bit. That's simple? Christ! You can just eat chips as a side. I wanted it to be a fast meal. Looks great to me. Thanks for lunch, Chess. You're welcome. Now eat. If you're still hungry after those, there's some more in the kitchen. After tasting them, I'm sure I'll need more. Eat what you want. If there's any left, I'll save them for a snack later. Gotcha. You couldn't go with just eating a couple and had to go back for seconds. With you, Chester, and Andrew all eating, there ended up being nothing left over. Chester excused himself to the bathroom, which gave you a chance to sneak off to the kitchen and start washing any dishes he had used while preparing lunch. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The dishes. You cooked for me, so at least I can do this. No, that's not how it works. You're a guest here, so you should be in the living room. Jesus. My hands are already wet, so I can't really stop now. Well, then at least let me help. You can wash them, and I'll rinse and dry. Deal? Deal. Chester stood next to you at the sink and started about his task of rinsing the soap from the dishes, trying them as he did so. I used to do this with my mom. She'd teach me how to cook something, and then we'd stand at the sink and wash dishes together. We still do that when we get together on the holidays, too. It's one of my favorite things to do whenever me and Andy go back home. I love my mama, and it's one way we really get to bond and spend time together. Certainly sounds like you enjoy that. Must be nice. Maybe now's a good time to ask. Invite him to dinner, ask him to teach you how to cook. Well, I mean, hey, this is a good time to invite him to dinner. Reminds me, Chester, would you like to come to my place for dinner this week? Your place? Yeah, my roommate, Maria, suggested I invite you over for dinner, since you cooked for me the other night. She's a great cook, too, so maybe you could learn something from her. Sounds like fun. What day? Oh, whenever's a good night for you is. Let's see, how about Wednesday, then? I don't work that night, and we can go after practice. That's a good idea. I'll let her know later tonight so she can prepare for it. She'll be excited. Great, I'll look forward to that, then. Once the dishes were cleaned and put away, Chester beckoned for you to follow him to his room. We still have about an hour before we need to be at the court, so I figured I'd show you another game I think you might like. It's only single player, but if you like it, you can always just come over and play whenever you want. That means I'll be watching you for now? Yeah, unless you'd rather play something together. I don't mind watching you play. It's kind of like watching a movie or something. Isn't it? There's something great about these games. Even if you're not playing them, the story can be so enthralling that you don't even care. Hey, I mean, that's kind of what we're doing right here. You're watching me play. This one is a role-playing game. It's about dragons being revived in a world by some old wizard who wants to use them to control the kingdoms he lives in. Oh. Lots of magic stuff in this game, and it's so much fun. I've been putting so many hours in this game because it's always been changing or being updated. Sounds cool. I'll just sit back and watch you play then. You jumped on the bed and made yourself comfortable against the headboard while Chester set up the game. You sure you don't want to play? I don't mind. I can relax before practice, and I'll enjoy watching you play. Alright then, just tell me if you get bored, though. Chester sat at the foot of the bed with you behind him. Once more, you had a full view of his broad back and his tail flipping around as he played. He started a new game so you could see the opening, cinematic, and soon you found yourself scooting down beside him and get a better view of the TV. The game was drawing you in like the anime you were watching earlier. Just as he was starting to get into the main game, he turned it off. But I need more. It's about time for practice. We should get changed and leave. You brought clothes to practice in too, right? Yeah, I have them in my bag. Okay, good. You go ahead and change in the bathroom. I'll meet you in the living room. Alright, got it. I'd rather change it here with him, but I suppose I can't just say that. You retreated to the bathroom and changed your outfit, then headed back to the living room.
You two about to leave?
Yeah, it's time for us to head to practice. Just waiting on Chester to finish changing before we head out.
Looks like he's done.
Alright, Link, let's get going. There he is. I'll see you later, Andrew. See you, Andrew. We should probably run to the courts. It's later than I thought. If we're late, Coach is going to make us run anyway. Might as well run then. Oh, so we don't do practice that day. Alright, well, what? What? Now I'm curious. Man, I slept good. In Chester's room? I don't remember sleeping here. That's strange. So quiet here. Am I the only one around? Hello, Chester? Andrew? Is anyone else here? In the kitchen, darling. Oh, it's a dream. It's a dream. Darling. Oh. What the fuck? What is this? What is this? What? You know what? Wait. Oh, Chester. What is it? This outfit. What are you wearing? Don't you like it? Oh, well. Oh, no, you don't like it, don't you? I thought if I wore this, then Senpai might notice me. Oh, my God. Is it Senpai? Who's that? What is it? Oh, Bracket. What is this madness? Chester! You followed me? Of course I followed you. Are you feeling alright? You're worried about me? Yes, I am. Without warning, Chester lunged forward and wrapped his arms around you in a tight embrace. I just knew it would work. Chester, what's going on with you? It's a dream. It's a dream. I just wanted you to notice me. I noticed you, though. You don't understand. What? I see you every day at practice and see you in class. We've been hanging out with each other lately. Pocket. It was a dream. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I should have stopped when the day started, but I was too curious. But now that the dream is over, we will leave day 9 Tuesday for the next episode. So, Jesus. But on that note, we are going to stop here. So, thank you all very much for joining me. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained unprofessional speaking for the voices in my head when I say until next time.
Fare thee well.
Bye, everyone! God, I hurt. I'm in pain. Oh, now I gotta lean forward. Ah!
You know, sometimes, late at night, I go to the bathroom and I just stare at myself and wonder, is that what I really look like? Or is that just how I am seeing me? What proof do I have that what you see and what I see are the same? Is your green my green? Or is it not? So maybe I don't really look like how I think I look, but instead, I look different to every single one of you. Isn't that an interesting thought? I thought so. Have a wonderful night. Farewell. I'm in pain.